Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Thorn of Night, and welcome back to another beautiful day on Performium. Uh, I said P time at day. I said another beautiful day. P weather clear. I said a beautiful day. There we go. On Performium, the Duck SMP. Here I am at my little domicile shared by the best beast love and little cuddles. And it is a nice, cute little starter base. We kind of went ham with the chorus plant, but there's a reason for that. Uh, quick tour of the place, I suppose. We have a greenhouse of sorts. It was a little box of glass, but I decided to make it a little bit more of a greenhouse dome kind of thing. We have a modest farm with Farmer Bob the Scarecrow, courtesy of the best beast love. She decided to make a little decorative area with a concession stand to get some drinks to cool you off. There's fresh water, a misspelled lemonade, mint lemonade. That's interesting. Sweet iced tea and green tea. Uh, let's see here. The couple of mushrooms that we have, and a named one so that they can be bred. There was a issue a couple days ago where every time we logged in, there seemed to be more and more mushrooms, and then all of a sudden it popped back to the original number. I don't know what that was. It persisted even through server reboots. But anyway, some dogs. A lighting glitch because it's in the path. That's kind of funny. I would play music disc, but YouTube doesn't seem to like music anymore. Some hand-built mushrooms of different sizes and descriptions. Little ones with glowing end rods, big flat ones here, little squat brown ones. My idea is to turn this whole area into a big sort of a mushroom fantasy kind of realm. Giant nails and giant frogs with hats or something. Uh, some extremely large objects on scale with maybe this monstrosity here, so that this doesn't look as out of place once the others are in. We have a large claim here. We all share this claim. This is the claim from the best beast love, and I have marked it out with this cobblestone wall for now. Ooh, got a lag there. We are doing some planning. Oh, weird. What is causing the lag? Anyway, uh, we are doing some planning for some terraforming here. She's got some ideas for some mushroom-y kind of structures. I will help her kind of make them blend in. But where do I have that template? Ha! So what my idea here is I'm going to take this wall and expand it out on both sides. So I'm going to need to do some tree clearing. Expand it out on both sides like this as a sort of hill, um, or a chain of hills, a ridge that goes all the way around. It makes this a sort of box grove. I'm not going to make it be uniform all the way through. Um, Maybe I'll put the outline in, and then I will do some more organic kind of wobbly stuff on both sides to make it look more natural. There's going to be some high spots and low spots. I was thinking, where was that? Over here, turning this into a much larger, wider, and deeper water body, some sort of lake with some other water features. I have no idea what this is for or about. Skeleton's going to shoot me. I'll go away. But what I envision is having this whole area kind of smoothed out and replace much or most of the grass with path blocks. Then, where some giant mushrooms are going to be growing, I will be replacing it with the area around it with some mycelium and also throw in some uh, normal vanilla giant mushrooms and some of these little guys here, normal mushrooms as well. But the majority of the things are going to be little custom built objects that are going to pepper the place. I'm thinking of putting in some blocks like podzol and coarse dirt and uh, some hay bales alongside some fully mature hay to make it have some variation in the vegetation. I am going to probably leave most or at least much of the grass blocks, or the tall grass, I should say. So it looks like there's still some vibrance through here, but I'm wanting to sort of convert this into um, a a different sort of vibe for the area. Uh, Giant mushrooms, we're talking 60, 70 blocks tall, probably some 10 block tall frogs, some snails climbing on things, maybe pepper the air with some glass panes and other particle kind of effect objects to make it look like there's spores going everywhere. Maybe even take some of the mushroom caps and other large structures and grow them, well, build them out over the edge of the property because people don't tend to mess with terrain objects as much, especially if it's mostly building material. People tend to grief and raid the things that they think are useful, like diamonds and emeralds. They tend to leave building blocks alone, which thankfully for me, I get to build in peace typically. So that's the sort of plan here, but there is something that I wanted to show first. I had thought I got a functional recording of this area that I'm going to show next, but apparently it didn't take. But I did get a screenshot. Under the house here was a just a big rectangular room, nothing fancy going on. There was a ladder that led down, and it was being used as a sort of temporary sorting area and pre-storage kind of thing. I guess I'll show you this. Beast put in a cute little doorbell. I am going to come in here, and there's the flap. Some mini storage, just some immediate storage here for in the house. And then this was the access point down to the main storage and warehouse for all the building blocks. I might as well show you that first. Uh, Access to the mine. Oh, Cuddles is on. Hello, Cuddles. Uh, General storage, the quick and easy stuff. And then we have the warehouse with assortments of shulkers full of objects like sand and dirt and cobblestone and whatnot, as well as empty shulkers everywhere. They weren't all empty at first, but we had this area set aside because I'm going to be doing some mega builds and I'm going to need a lot of blocks. I'm going to be needing a lot more than is in here, I'm sure. We're talking hundreds of thousands of glass blocks and sand and gravel and cobblestone and stuff. Maybe millions of blocks even, because I have at least 4 mega builds planned. I don't even have an idea how many blocks this area is going to take. Probably 100,000 or more blocks just for building the terrain. So there is a lot to be done in here, but in between this layer and with the house up there was a big rectangular room, and I will put a picture of it here. While I'm fishing up the picture, it would be absolutely delightful if you went down and clicked that subscribe button so that I can make some progress towards my goal of 2,000 subs. And if you're feeling up to it while you're down there, go ahead and get a like. I'm going to hunt down that picture. From that, you can sort of get an idea. I will go stand where I took that picture so you can see. Let's see here. I was right about here. I think I was over 2 blocks that way, but this is close enough. You can see off on the left that platform where the fence is. A little bit of an adjustment to that area, but not much. Uh, but this was the area, and there was a chest at ground level up here. I left the chest and just modified the room. I wanted to turn this into a sort of an alchemical indoor glade cave thing. So I started sculpting it with cobblestone, and I'm going to be changing this into a mix of stone, andesite, and some mossy cobble, and throw in some bricks and stuff, as well as a few other blocks. Put maybe some farms, some netherwort tucked in, some inset soul sand with netherwort growing on it, some light features. This is the ceiling of the storage room down below the warehouse, and I can't go any lower than this. So what I'm going to do is put a variety of carpet blocks in here to make it sort of blend in. But once I get to this point, I can start getting a little bit more detail. And because I'll be using carpet, I will probably also be incorporating wool blocks into the structure in there. Uh, there's probably going to be a little bit more of modifying, but I generally like the way that this has turned out. What I might do is add a couple of medium-sized custom mushrooms and other stuff in here, but I was generally planning on putting a body of water here with an access point to down below this claim. I'm going to be putting a giant cavern with lots of huge mushrooms growing up and some other thematic things. So there's a lot of digging to be done down there, and I have some ideas for connecting parts to other parts and whatnot. But I think what I'm going to do for today is get started on the clearing out of the trees out here and the building out of the wall, the barrier. Okay, after some time of building and a little reconfiguring, the large majority of the skeletal frame of this place is done. It arches over nicely on both sides. And we decided to just go ahead and have this hollow space underneath. We may do something under there, or just leave it hollow, who knows. Uh, I have decided not to spend too much time with the frills down here today because I'm going to be reconfiguring it, making it less uniform, less straight, less level. There's going to be high spots and low spots and a little bit of, let's say, noise to it. I do plan on sort of smoothing some of the neighboring high spots into it so that it looks like it belongs to the environment, but there is going to be this barrier between the interior of the claim and the exterior wilderness where it is unclaimed. The next plan that I have is going to be adding the noise and the variances in the height and width to the outsides of this all the way around, both inside and outside, as well as beginning to work on mapping out some of the interior features like the lake that is going to go here and the high spot with the spring that's going to go here. I'll have to figure out how to make that look like it sort of belongs in the area, but that should I should be able to come up with something. But that is what's going on there. On the inside, there are just all of these high spots and jagged pieces everywhere. There's some caves. There's a little mine shaft thing. There is, like, for instance, this here exposed, and there's some water that's just odd and out of place. So what I'm going to do is sort of just smooth it out, make it less abrupt, less jagged, because this is ultimately a place where giant mushrooms have been for a while. So, like for instance, here's this rectangular cliff face that just looks too much. So I'm going to sort of smooth it out and make it flow into the rest of the environment. And then after that, the next step will be the modifying of the grass blocks and the placing of the uh, stone and grass on top of the barrier hill, and then I will begin work, I suppose, on some of the mushroom builds and things like that. But that's all going to be some work for future me, because I think that this is a great enough spot for me to just go ahead and finish here for today. I've done a lot of work here and a lot of work off camera on some other projects. So I think that this is a wonderful time for me to go ahead and wrap up. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, please leave a like. I do appreciate it, and it does help. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond. And do please remember to subscribe. I am hoping to get past the 2,000 mark. I am over 1,830 at the moment of saying this now. I think it's 1837, I believe, or 1836. And I would like to see how soon I can get to that 2,000 mark. It's something arbitrary for me. There isn't any sort of reward from YouTube for 2,000 subs, but it would feel wonderful to have 2,000 subscribers. That's what I'm going for. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything, and it brings a smile to my goofy little face. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I have lots of planning to do, lots of work to do. Thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.